Well, I never thought it would end like this. Just because I got no tits, I'll shave my legs, I'll wear a bra. Even cut my penis up for you.
Aw, that's so sweet.
She has a girlfriend now.
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 We're live, pal.
Ugh!
Where'd those pom-poms come from? You didn't have them a second ago.
I beat up and stole them from a goth cheerleader.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, if you guys didn't know who this is.
The best gout machine! Not the best bout machine, but the best gout machine. And this over here is my very sexually satisfying co-host,
Jay.
Jay!
And this is the first episode of the off week, where we're too lazy to record our podcast every single week. So we take a week off, but we still leave you with some content. So we go over some crazy happening that happened in the past when it comes to professional wrestling. And for the first episode, I'd really like to highlight the time that Gorilla Monsoon took Bobby the Brain Heenan hostage. Now, do you know anything at all about this situation?
I just know that Bobby the Brain Heenan is an innocent victim in all of this, and that Gorilla Monsoon was just a straight-up hater back in these days. Hater.
All right,
Like
now,
Jimmy Hater.
Earlier on today, and there's somebody in the building uninvited, I'm sure. I have a little sneaky suspicion of who
it
that might be. I
starts
saw
off
somebody
as your
lurking
typical
around earlier on. But
episode
let's
of
talk about what's
All-American
going on here in
Wrestling.
the World Wrestling Federation. Let's take a look. Let's
Now,
see
they
if we
talk
can
about the
find
fact
out
that they're
exactly
down
what's going on
there
here
in
and
the
who's sneaking around
archive room
and who's doing what. But
recording because they
nothing
heard
worse than what's happening
somebody's
right now in the
been
world. Look at
doing
this. The
something
door's
in this room.
Some doing
locked, too.
wrong.
No, it's not locked.
Now, I'm pausing it because he thought this door was locked, but then he turns the handle and finds out that it wasn't locked. If the door was never supposed to be closed, why would he assume that it's locked?
Has he been in there himself doing bad things?
Oh, so that
Shisty
might
little,
make some sense here.
shisty little Gorilla Monsoon.
And also, parents, if you have any kids watching, right now would be time to cover their eyes.
Like your
Hey.
Becky Lynch.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Where's
Yes.
You're rifling this
Gorilla
cabinet.
Monsoon
no, I'm
just caught Bobby
No,
the Brain
getting
Heenan jacking
You don't
on
belong
an
here.
Films of your
8 millimeter
greatest
camera
matches.
control.
I'm putting
Oh, it's
together
like when my
You
parents
stop
caught
it.
me.
Give me that flashlight. Rubber gloves. Why the rubber gloves?
new style.
New style.
Camp out.
Damp out.
I was going to get you for Christmas.
Now,
You're
the
lying.
cameraman, I got to pause it again. Did you notice the cameraman had to zoom in on all of Bobby Heenan's jizz towels that he left on the floor?
There are puddles everywhere. Gorilla Monsoon almost slipped on them. He almost slipped on
Three
Bobby the Brain Heenan's
full-
children.
3 full towels of Bobby the Brain Heenan's jizz. And it's pretty impressive using a flashlight and 8 millimeter film to jack off with in the first place. But
That's what you had to do
Let's get
back in the
back to it.
80s.
No.
You're a liar, Brain.
No, I'm not.
You're trying to weasel out of this. I
No,
can
I'm
tell.
not.
What do you got? You got something
No, I
hidden
have
in your
nothing
shirt?
in there.
Nothing.
Here.
trying to look
ahead.
at press.
Oh, you know that position, right?
I don't know that position. I was.
We're to do spotlight here. Do you understand it? This
Well,
is
you're
not
not
all
bothering
American.
me. Go ahead.
Every week. No. Bleed all.
All right, go Sammy. What the hell is he wearing? I think I'm going to need to say I like it so I don't come off as horrifically insensitive. I'm sure you can feel the air in his legs. Yeah, actually, it's quite sexy. What the hell are you doing here? I don't understand a word Sami Zayn is saying right now.
Oh, yes. Jade retains. Woo. I was worried about the streak there, though. 60-0. Looking for 100, maybe 150. Will beat Goldberg. What are you doing, Mark Sterling? Don't say there's no other contenders. You know what happened. Oh my God, you just did it, Mark. So now, Gorilla Monsoon has caught Bobby the Brain Heenan jacking off in a janitor's closet, the 8mm film.
Like a real
And
American.
He has now bound Bobby the Brain Heenan with, I have looked up and researched it, a double Y yacht knot. Why he used
Fuck, was
this
he
to
a
tie
Boy
up Bobby the
Scout?
Brain Heenan, I have no idea why, as this knot is really not used to secure things in tight areas. It's really used to secure things when they try to stretch out. So the further something gets, the tighter it gets. So if you bound somebody's hand, you wouldn't use a knot like this. And I also didn't know Gorilla Monsoon was in the Navy, because apparently this is a very typical knot that people in the Navy use.
He was in the Navy where he used to, go around in boats. He would bomb the homes of multiple squirrel families. Okay, because those squirrels were masturbating.
From you not seeing this before, is this kind of looking like a snuff film to you?
It looks like various videotapes I found in my uncle's basement.
Okay. Because if you notice, the Brain still has on those rubber gloves.
Hmm.
He was using those to masturbate with earlier.
Well, you can never
want, no
trust
way, shape.
yourself.
I'm not going to let you out of my time's over. Then I'm going to take you upstairs.
Not to the big man, not Mr. Big.
No, hold on.
JJ
Listen
will
to
do
this.
the interrogation.
Oh, anything but him.
Well, that's the way it's going to be.
go sit
Let's
in the
talk
lobby.
about WWE.
So who
Anything
do
but
you think
JJ.
Mr. Big JJ is?
Man, it could be JJ Dillon. He could be DJ Jazzy Jeff. He could be Tiny
Now,
from Tiny Tim.
JJ from What's Happening? Dynamite! That's why
No,
he was
that
Mr.
was
Big. He was naming all the wrestling shows.
Oh my God. I don't know.
But-
He's so against masturbation. I believe that he was with the Westboro Baptist Church.
But no, you were correct with your first guess. When they say JJ, they are referencing JJ Dillon.
Ah,
Legitimate.
I know all.
That's when they say JJ, that's who the reference is, because at this time, JJ Dillon, I believe, was like the number 2 or number 3 man, like in the company.
Oh, really?
Survivor Series,
Yeah.
and what's got right out of Survivor Series. I
Oh, look at
understand now
Bobby
that
trying to get away.
Hey.
Oh,
you're not going to get away.
Sneaky. Oh no.
Now that the All-Americans are going to be given an opportunity. Not too many superstars left here in the World Wrestling Federation to pick from. I'm going to whack you with
Sniffing
this
him.
flashlight in about 3 seconds here. We've got exciting
Sniffing
things
him.
happening.
He wants to
I'm
keep
sure you're
going.
interested in what's coming up. You're going to get a bang out of this, bro. Coming up, Adam Bomb. Here we go.
You're
yeah.
like, oh, your musk drives me crazy with sensuality.
Well, at first, I thought he was doing cocaine because he was doing like the.
He's soaking his musk.
with his face. Some really good coke. Yeah. But it turned out that Gorilla Monsoon just smells so great that it feels like you did a really good line of some great cocaine.
Oh.
Like, is that Curve
Where
Cologne?
that little weasel run is?
Oh.
Well, he's right on the end of
Now
this
look
line.
at
I can
this.
guarantee you, he's not all that far away. Now,
He's giving him a little bit of
Come right
slack.
this way. Program's not over yet.
To go to the men's room.
You have to go to the men's room.
Don't tell everybody.
He has to go. Isn't that too bad, folks?
He wants to go another
How about
round.
this King's Court contest? What do you know about that, Brian?
Well, I guess his fans should be able to write in or call.
I'm glad you're not making the rules for the con. We'll get into that as the weeks.
Why would Jimmy betray Roman like that? Roman is the most sweet and sensitive human being. I'm taking this damn thing off, okay? Why would he betray him? Roman is the sweetest man in the entire world, you know. Like, he treated first Sammy left him. Forget Sammy, because Roman Reigns treated him like a prince. He lifted him up to his chest. He let him suckle at the teat of the bloodline and just suckled on it. I'm sure it tasted amazing. Oh my God, this whole bloodline thing got me emotional. Where was this filmed at? In Indiana?
Oh, good. It's Chris Statlander. she'll get hurt on her way to the ring. And plus, AEW wouldn't have Jade Cargill's first loss be to a surprise return with no story whatsoever, right? 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 Okay, so before this next part, I have a part that I feel is so important that it needs to get the screen all to itself.
You see,
All right.
gorillas do have a heart. I let them into the men's room. No big deal.
Just if those zookeepers knew this, Harambe would still be alive. Gorillas do have hearts. Gorilla Monsoon,
This
did you
match
think he
coming
did
up.
a good thing?
Oh my god, they won! Oh, thank god. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens still the champs. Oh my god. What's happening here? There's some dissension amongst the ranks. Why did Jimmy kick Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns is the tribal chief, the leader of the blood. Oh, why is he doing that? Froggy Omega, why is he betraying him? When Roman Reigns is so obviously in the right in every single thing he does.
Oh, wow, Jade's going to accept the match. It's okay. See what happens. Ooh! Chris just forearmed her in the face. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, Chris just hit her with that weird tombstone. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, Chris has her down for the pin. It's okay. It's okay. No!
Still with a chance to three-peat.
Please let me.
We'll be back in just a moment. Here comes Mr. Perfect.
I think he wants the rope to autoerotic asphyxiation himself.
Well, did you see Gorilla's face at just like the power he had over having Bobby having to beg him to use the bathroom?
Basically,
It's like
Thanos.
he got his own. It's like he got his own little kink over it, you know.
Soon he'll be in that room whacking it.
Oh,
Oh!
Let's go.
those matches best. of
Your
Gorilla
time's
Monsoon.
about up. Come on. There's no way you can get out. There's no windows in there, folks. Can't escape. Wash your hands,
He
too.
can go through the pipes.
Oh, forgot about that.
Camera here.
No way to...
Did you hear Bobby? Did you hear Bobby on that?
What was that?
Like perfect comedy right there. Just listen to Bobby when Gorilla yells at him. Okay.
Wash your hands, too.
I have to. I have rubber gloves on.
Oh, forgot about that.
Camera here.
No way to escape me. Now it's upstairs to the interrogator, and you know who.
No, I don't.
Jay-
Well, you're fine, but everyone else you're going to
think
touch
it's
that now
great.
has pee-pee hands now.
But I think it's amazing that like Bobby's stuck with wearing the rubber glove all the way through, taking a shit at the end. So with the same rubber gloves, he whacked off, got tied up by a rope, read a newspaper, and wiped his ass.
JJ?
You
Yes.
read a
Oh,
newspaper.
yes, it's going to be JJ or nothing.
This is a big thing.
Well,
Turn that camera off.
if you didn't show up, these things wouldn't happen.
Anything wrong?
Right this way. Come on.
Froggy, I got 2 questions. Do you know what Roman Reigns' lactating teat tastes like? I have to know. Also, have you ever had sex with a pool noodle? It's amazing!
AEW booking. AEW booking. It makes no goddamn sense, but you wouldn't watch it if it did. Now, one thing that I find amazing is when people break down the greatest managers of all time, okay, usually 99.9% of the time, Bob Brain Heenan is at the top of everybody's list, right?
Yep.
JJ Dillon, usually top 4, top 5, right? JJ Dillon.
Top 20.
The fact that Bobby the Brain Heenan is so terrified of being interrogated by JJ Dillon, does this by default make JJ Dillon possibly one of the greatest managers ever in professional wrestling history.
My God, I think you unearthed something, and that deserves a cheer. Go!
But
Woo!
so what do you think about the first episode here of the off week? This week we went over Gorilla Monsoon catching Bobby the Brain Heenan jacking off and then took him hostage.
I feel like that could have gone further. I feel like, he could have done some Michael Hutchinson stuff with that rope. I'm like, he probably did that. He probably didn't wipe or poop at all. He probably was like, I got more guns, bullets in the tray. And we got more
And you
bullets in the
know,
chamber.
what I feel bad about is that whole story that we just watched played out over an hour of television time. And the parts that we didn't see was Tatanka getting destroyed by Ludwig Vorga,
Borga,
Scott Steiner beating up a guy,
All American.
and Adam Bomb dropping a bomb on somebody,
I have an
and
Atom Bomb shirt.
Mr. Perfect beating somebody. Now, do you think that All American Wrestling was an amazing show by the merit of the in-ring work, or do you think that it needed skits like what we just saw Gorilla and Bobby the Heenan do to keep that show captivating enough that you were willing to watch to see the story all the way through?
I think that's what kept people's attention, was watching Bobby the Brain Heenan masturbate. I feel that is what brought the people coming every week to see the sexual chemistry between him and Gorilla Monsoon, and the cuckolding that Monsoon did week to week with Bobby the Brain Heenan. Like, if you watch, it's just him, will you stop cuckolding him every fucking week?
So do
Like,
you
there was
think
an audience for that, and that raised an entire generation of weird, kinky perverts. Will you stop?
do you think so? Do you believe the true
Will you stop?
downfall of All American Wrestling then had nothing to do with Monday Night Raw? It was mainly due to the fact that the whole Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan cuckold angle had to stop because Bobby got a job with WCW.
Bobby jumped ship to WCW. There was no one there for Gorilla Monsoon to cuckold and, stop from masturbating or pleasuring themselves by having sweet love with a room temperature watermelon with a hole in it. We don't know. We lost that episode.
And that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the off week with
The Best Scout Machine and my co-host,
your boy Jay. And
my
do you have any
boy.
words of wisdom?
Words of wisdom. If you're going to masturbate in a public setting and you don't want to get caught, be as loud as possible. They're like, there's no way this person's masturbating in a public area. So just be loud. Moan as much as you need. Scream out your first grade teacher's name if possible. And you too will have your dreams come true.
Do you know if I did that, I would at the same time be screaming out my wife's name?
Really?
Not even joking.
Same
After
name?
she got married to me. After she got married to me. But yeah, my first grade teacher's name was Amber Parker. I just
God.
Just this second, when you said that, realized that.
Were you homeschooled?
No.
Okay. Double checking.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until you just now said that her name, well, her married name, is now the same exact name as my first grade teacher.
So it's true.
But also, you may want to remind the children that if you're going to jack off the 8mm film, do not bring the largest flashlight on planet Earth to do so. And maybe bust one or two off ahead of time so you don't need to use 3 full towels to clean up your jizz. But
3 full
you might
towels.
be
That's
called the
equivalent to
brain
4
for a
road
reason.
towels.
They called him the brain for a reason.
He knows all.
But if
He
you don't
sees all.
know, if you don't got anything else, I'm going to leave him with some words of wisdom from good old Gorilla Monsoon.
Bring it on, baby.
You see, gorillas do have a heart. I let them into the men's room, no big deal.